Howdy gamers, Patrick Hickey Jr. here, editor-in-chief of ReviewFix.com and the author of The Minds Behind the Games book series, bringing you the next edition of Flashback Friday. This week out, we're going to be playing WCW versus nWo World Tour. Important game. Why? I'll tell you why. It's the first game for the Nintendo 64 using the Hickey engine. Before this, WCW vs. the World on the PlayStation used a very similar engine, but the team was incredibly disenchanted with using the PlayStation. They did not want to use the PlayStation as their main. They did not want to use the PlayStation to develop on. They did not want to be a PlayStation developer. So later on, you'd have a company like Ukes that did Power Move Pro Wrestling for Activision go on and do a lot of games for the WWF. And Hickey strictly wanted to stay with the Nintendo 64. So this is the beginning of that. This is a great wrestling game. It's lacking in features compared to Revenge. Revenge would be a much better game. But the things that this game is able to do, totally ahead of its time. So again, you're going to hear some recycled sound effects from WCW versus the World. You're going to see a lot of similar animations, movesets, the whole 9 yards, but everything just ends up being so much smoother, like 1,000 times smoother. Eddie Guerrero's hitting me with that cross power bomb. Oh no. Now he's got his special. This was just a really great wrestling game. The controls are tight. There's no running grapples here, unfortunately. But there's a lot of things going on under the hood here that just are super duper special. Like, again, this is one of those games where, like, at the time, it was totally revolutionary. The character models were awesome, and sure, again, like, you don't have that much versatility in terms of, like, faces and things like that, but, like, man, this was the closest you were going to get to a top flight. Here we go, double team power bomb. Some of these animations ended up living on for a very long time after this. I mean, we're talking Hickey like recycled a lot of these animations even until Def Jam Vendetta and Def Jam Fight for New York. That's how good they were. So if you want to flash back to like an amazing wrestling game, this is definitely one that you should check out at some point. So check it out right now.